Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving straight into one of the biggest stories shaping the streaming landscape, a saga that has finally reached its dramatic conclusion: Disney's full acquisition of Hulu. This isn't just about a transaction, it's about the future of entertainment, massive valuations, and the strategic plays of global media giants. If you've been wondering how this long-running dispute between Disney and Comcast wrapped up, you're in the right place because the details are now clear and the numbers are in. After more than 2 years of intense negotiation and an intricate appraisal process, Disney has officially closed its deal with Comcast to purchase NBC Universal's one-third stake in Hulu. This momentous agreement, finalized on June 9th, 2025, sees Disney paying an additional $438.7 million to Comcast for the remaining value of that stake. This sum is significant because it brings the total price Disney will have paid for Hulu to approximately $9 billion, a figure that carries an implied overall valuation of $27 billion for the streaming company. It's crucial to understand the journey to this point. Back in December 2023, Disney had already made an initial payment of $8.61 billion to Comcast. This substantial upfront sum was predicated on a guaranteed floor value of $27.5 billion for Hulu, an agreement established by the companies in 2019. When this initial payment was made, it was widely reported and expected that Disney would seek full ownership, having already gained two-thirds ownership when it acquired the entertainment assets of 21st Century Fox for a staggering $71 billion. The path to determining the final price, however, was anything but straightforward. Following that initial payment, Disney and Comcast found themselves embroiled in a confidential arbitration process. This was necessary because the two sides held vastly different perspectives on Hulu's true value. Disney's appraiser, for instance, arrived at a valuation that was reportedly below the guaranteed floor value. In stark contrast, NBC Universal's appraiser put forth a valuation that was, quote, substantially in excess of the guaranteed floor value. This considerable disparity, where Comcast's bank had reportedly assessed the value in a way that would have resulted in an additional $5 billion payable by Disney, clearly demonstrated the depth of their disagreement. To resolve this impasse, their 2019 agreement stipulated a specific mechanism. If the valuations provided by their respective banks were not within 10% of each other, a third firm would be enlisted to provide another estimate. The ultimate valuation would then be the average of the two figures that were closest. This procedural safeguard ultimately led to the final $438.7 million additional payment, which Disney confirmed in an SEC filing on Monday, June 9th, 2025, noting that the final equity fair value takes into account the valuation of that third appraiser. This resolution has been met with a sense of relief from both parties. Disney CEO Bob Iger expressed his satisfaction, stating, "We are pleased this is finally resolved. We have had a productive partnership with NBC Universal, and we wish them the best of luck." His statement wasn't just about closing a deal, it emphasized the strategic importance of this acquisition for Disney's future streaming ambitions. Iger highlighted that completing the Hulu acquisition paves the way for a deeper and more seamless integration of Hulu's general entertainment content with Disney Plus, and soon with ESPN's direct-to-consumer product, providing an unrivaled value proposition for consumers. This vision is already in motion, as Disney began integrating Hulu content into Disney Plus in late 2023 and expanded this initiative last year. The full acquisition will undoubtedly accelerate these efforts, creating a more unified and powerful streaming ecosystem for Disney. From Comcast's perspective, the outcome is also seen as positive. A spokesperson for Comcast issued a statement reflecting on their involvement with Hulu. "Hulu was a great start for us in streaming that generated nearly $10 billion in proceeds for Comcast and created an important audience for NBC Universal's world-class content." They also extended well wishes to Disney, appreciating the cooperative way the partnership was managed. This move allows Comcast's NBC Universal to fully concentrate on its own streaming service, Peacock, which launched in 2020 and has been steadily building its subscriber base. As of April, Comcast reported that Peacock had 41 million subscribers, while Hulu boasted more than 50 million subscribers as of March 29th. Disney's overall subscriber count, including Disney Plus, was 180.7 million. Hulu's history is a testament to the evolving media landscape. Formed in 2007, it began as a joint venture between NBC Universal and Fox, initially conceived as a response to the burgeoning popularity of platforms like YouTube. Disney later joined the fray, acquiring a piece, and AT&T's Warner Media also held a 10% stake at one point before selling it back to the remaining shareholders in 2019. For years, Hulu's strategic direction was often hampered by the divergent interests of its multiple owners, a common challenge in such joint ventures. The 2019 agreement, which allowed Disney to assume full operational control of Hulu, was a critical turning point, even as Comcast maintained its financial stake for a defined period. The resolution of this deal, arriving on June 9, 2025, and with the full acquisition expected to close on or before July 24, 2025, signals not just the end of a long negotiation, but a clear strategic shift. For Disney, gaining 100% ownership of Hulu means greater flexibility to integrate its general entertainment content seamlessly across its platforms, enhancing bundles with Disney Plus and ESPN Plus, and preparing for the upcoming ESPN direct-to-consumer product. This unified approach aims to provide an unrivaled value proposition for consumers, a core component of Disney's future in the highly competitive streaming market. This move streamlines Disney's streaming strategy, removing a significant financial and operational overhang. It allows the company to fully leverage Hulu's established content library and subscriber base, which is crucial as the streaming sector continues to consolidate and evolve. The ability to integrate content more freely without the complexities of a shared ownership structure means Disney can offer more compelling and cohesive bundles, potentially driving further subscriber growth and retention across its entire streaming portfolio. The financial implications for Disney specifically include recording the additional $438.7 million payment in its net income attributable to non-controlling interests, which will subsequently reduce net income attributable to Disney in its fiscal third quarter income statement. However, this transaction is not expected to impact Disney's previously issued guidance for fiscal 2025 adjusted earnings. This suggests that the cost was within their financial planning and forecasts. Ultimately, the conclusion of the Hulu acquisition marks a pivotal moment. It signifies the end of a multi-year joint venture model for Hulu, transitioning it into a fully integrated part of Disney's formidable streaming empire. This clarity allows both Disney and Comcast to focus on their respective distinct streaming strategies, promising an even more dynamic and competitive landscape for viewers worldwide. The industry is constantly shifting, and this deal is a powerful example of how legacy media companies are adapting to the demands of the digital age, prioritizing ownership and integration for a clearer path forward. Thank you for joining me for this in-depth look at the Disney Hulu deal. I hope this provided a clear and comprehensive understanding of the situation. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next breakdown of major industry news. Until then, take care, and we'll see you in the next video.